So here are the reasons that we need to consistently be grateful and happy about Steven Universe. It's me, Kelly, back again for Cartoon Universe, and today I want to talk about one of all of our favorite shows, Steven Universe. This video isn't going to be really theory-based or prediction-based on what's going to happen in the show like I've been doing. It's going to be more based on something that I feel all of us fans kind of need right now, and that's a little bit of comfort. So I kind of want to remind all of you guys why we shouldn't lose faith and hope in Steven Universe, and why we should really keep feeling positive about this amazing, unique show. As Steven Universe fans, I'm sure you guys all know the painful experience of waiting for the show to come back. There are so many hiatuses. It would be great if it had a more consistent schedule, but ultimately, I kind of wanted to make this video just to kind of reignite all of our initial excitement about the show, because it really is ultimately still a good show despite all of the things with it that we do find frustrating sometimes. The first reason is this show is one of the most unique cartoons I have ever seen in my life. It's a show about a species called gems that are also aliens that are raising a human-gem hybrid with really cool battle scenes, but some of the most intense battles are usually ended through conversing and peace and love, and also there's a lot of really lovable side characters with amazing development as well, and it's also occasionally a musical. So I don't know if any of you guys can think of another show like that, because I can't, and I think we can all agree that Steven Universe is one of the most original cartoons out there right now. Now I want you guys to all sit and think for a minute and think of the first thing that drew you to wanting to watch this show. I have a specific story, actually. The first time I ever saw anything about Steven Universe, I was actually on the treadmill and I saw a promo that was featuring Opal. Yeah guys, that's how we all know how long ago this was, and I just remember I was just so transfixed by her. Like, I was just watching this and I was like, wow, that is a really cool character design. I almost felt excited by it. It gave me a little bit of anime vibes, and I immediately, for some reason, was just like, I need to check this out, whatever this show is. So I googled Steven Universe and the damage was done. But it really is so innovative, so unique in its artistic direction, musical direction, the characters, and ultimately we have to be appreciative of how original and cool all of these gems designs are. When I first saw the promo with Opal, it kind of took me back to when I was 11 and I saw a preview for one of the really early Pokemon movies, and I just remember I was obsessed with the design of Lugia. I thought he was the coolest thing I've ever seen, and it kind of brought back those familiar feelings to me even as an adult, and I think that's really special when a cartoon can do that for you and kind of take you back there. So in a way, it was like a nostalgic, exciting feeling that I used to feel watching new cartoons as a kid. Besides being literally the most unique cartoon ever, another thing we need to appreciate about Steven Universe is the fact that the characters are so well developed. Not even just the gems, not even just Steven himself, all of the townies and the side characters as well. I mean, think about it. What other show has side characters that are so multi-dimensional? I mean, obviously we're still learning a lot about the gems, and that's taking the longest to find out, which is, you know, understandable because they're the main characters in the show. And Steven is always growing and developing, but when you think about it, we have villains that have many layers to them, that have emotions that weren't what we were initially expecting. We have what happened with Lars. I was shocked about that. That was one of the most shocking moments in Steven Universe history, in my opinion. Who could have guessed that Lars would be up in space as a really cool space pirate captain now, leading his own band of gems? No one saw that coming. So it's the fact that all of these characters have so many layers to them, so many things we find out about them as the series goes on, that makes this cartoon so impressive. Because it's a children's cartoon, and I can't think of any other one that does this so well. Another thing we need to appreciate about Steven Universe is that it kind of takes us into another world. The music, the atmosphere, the aesthetic of the whole thing. I just really feel that it's so unique on its own, and when you're watching it, you know what the soundtrack's gonna sound like. You know that it's gonna have this beautiful pastel color palette. It just really, to me, is a work of art. It's an experience watching it, and it really does feel like you're in Steven's world hanging out with the gems every time there's an episode. It really does have a whimsical, otherworldly feel to it, and I've always been drawn to things with magical elements, so for me, that was one of the first things that made me love this show so much. Another thing that we really need to be grateful for about Steven Universe, guys, is the fact that it has so many positive messages about embracing who you are, no matter who you are. The reveal of Ruby and Sapphire was huge. I mean, to see that on a cartoon and to just have it presented in such an accepting way, learning that that's who Garnet is, and nothing is really brought up about it. There's no controversy. It's just who Garnet is, and she is made of love. How wonderful is that? It was just such a huge milestone, I feel like, for children's TV to educate children on the LGBTQ community. And I just feel that it's amazing that Steven Universe did that. And not only in Garnet's case, but learning about Pearl's past feelings for Rose. That's relatable for anyone, gay, straight, bisexual, whatever you identify as. If you've ever been in love and lost, you could relate to her. And that's the point that I'm getting at, is that all of these characters are so relatable. They bring up real topics that we deal with as humans. And it's kind of funny to think that we're watching alien gems go through things that we've gone through ourselves. And I really feel that Rebecca Sugar does that beautifully in this show. And that is something that I've always loved about it, because I relate to these characters. I've been where they are before, which sounds insane because it's like the most whimsical, out there idea for a show ever, but it's kind of cool when you feel you could relate to that. So that's proof that Steven Universe is really something special. And the last point I want to bring up is that Steven Universe helped me find out that there's other people like me, there's other adults that still like to watch cartoons, that like to obsess over theories, that like to get excited over a character. And in a way, becoming part of this community helps me feel that it's okay to still enjoy cartoons, to still play video games, to still like things that I liked when I was a kid. Because I was a big cartoon nerd when I was a kid. I grew up playing Nintendo all the time, watching Pokemon, watching anime, and it's cool to know that there's other adults that still embrace that part of themselves no matter how old they get. And just talking with other fans, talking about theories, geeking out over the same stuff, it's really just a nice, fun thing and a way to just connect with other people over something as harmless and joyful as a TV show. So even though sometimes it's frustrating waiting for new episodes, I really feel that we need to remind ourselves sometimes in this fandom that Steven Universe is a really cool show. And we still don't know what's going to happen. There's still so much more to come, and even though it takes a while to get all the answers we want, we should get excited, we should get hyped. Every time there's new episodes, it's like a huge event, like I feel like it's the Super Bowl. So instead of getting upset about leaks, about the show's schedule, about hiatuses, let's just remind ourselves that, hey, at least Steven Universe exists, and that is pretty awesome. So I just wanted to make this video and talk with you guys today to help us all feel a little bit more positive, a little bit more feeling the good vibes about this show, so we can move on and see the new episodes in a light mind space. So until next time, I had fun talking with you guys, and I'll see you next time on Cartoon Universe.